Hey, morning, well, sorry, afternoon, everybody. It's 1:25 and we're back in Mike's kitchen again, and I'm going to try and do a quick lunch for myself. I am so booked up at the moment with appointments. It's kind of unreal at the moment, so I've got to go lots of doctor's appointments. So basically, today, well, what's going on here? So basically today I'm going to be doing my version of a Philly cheesesteak, and it's not like the real deal, it's just I'm using what I've got in the house to make a Philly cheesesteak. But before I get started, cheers guys. So I'm just going to start chopping up some of my veg. You got anybody in here right now? Just myself by the looks of it. Just me, myself and I. I'll just have a quick check around here, see if it says different on this phone. 2 people. So that's not too bad, I guess. We keep trying. But I say I like to share. But I'm just kind of looking around, trying to find different recipes. But like I said, I'm just trying to keep update. Hey Albert, how are things for you? So I'm just trying to get myself set up here. Hey Mohammed, or woman? Well, I'm definitely a man. Okay, I'm Mr. Mike. I'm just going to make myself a quick Philly cheesesteak. In the last live I done, I had a gentleman kept popping up and saying, no gloves. Well, I'm wearing gloves today, okay? So, if you just bear with me, I'm going to chop some ingredients. Now, don't like using gloves, as sometimes you can catch them on the knife. Don't like that. So we'll just move that to one side for now. My onion. We'll slice down. But if you've never seen my channel before, I'm making a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, or my version of it anyway. Thinly sliced onion. Some of that's not as thin as it should be. Thank you, Rinsett, my friend. Move that to one side. Oh, that's a strong onion. So I've got some green onion here, which is going to get thrown in as well. Now, realistically, I should have red pepper, green pepper, and a yellow pepper. But all I've got in the fridge is the one orange pepper, so that'll do. Thank you, Rinsett. green onion. Oh, my eyes are burning. Woo! I just want to chop this pepper down. Now realistically there's probably enough for say 2 or 3 good sized sandwiches here. Just make sure we've got all of that out of there. Get rid of all of the white if you can and the seeds. Whew. Hey Roxy, how you doing? So this is all about being quick. Or cooking quick rather. So I say we want to try and get rid of these bits that's inside. That can make your meal a little bit on the bitter side. Thank you, Mohammed. Make sure when you're cooking that you practice your cutting techniques, your slicing. And as a little tip, I've given this one before. Now sometimes your knife might not be as sharp as it should be, so when you're trying to cut this way it can take a little bit of effort to get through. But if you turn a pepper or a tomato over to the inside, it cuts really easy. But you really should keep your knives sharp. Might need touching up. I think that'll be my next live video, sharpening. So, like I say, you really should keep your eye on what you're doing. Just take it easy. I hope everybody's well at the moment. I say, if you haven't been on my channel before, please hit one of my other videos, give me a like and a subscribe. And I will go back. If you've got a channel working, I will subscribe to you too. Now, I will make Mohammed a moderator. And I'm still stuffed up again. We're just getting out of the winter here in Canada. It's like 12 degrees today. The last of the snow's out the way. But we still get lots of cold wind. So that's a good bit there. This one I want to cut a little bit longer. Now I was going to do this one on my Blackstone griddle, but as I say, it's not quite warm enough out there yet. So I have some paprika, I have some olive oil, garlic powder, onion powder, I have mayonnaise, I have chili sauce, my homemade, and I have some nice Slap Your Mama Creole seasoning. I've got a mixed cheddar cheese. And I've got 2 ciabatta. It should be hoagie. But what I've got here, unfortunately, I should do this out of beef, but I'm using what I've got. I've got some fine shredded pork on there, so I do apologise. If that's not your thing, I do apologise. Actually, I'm going to have to blow my nose again, guys. This is getting difficult to talk. I'll change my gloves. So what I will do, right, we'll have this on here, because I want to move over and bring over my my griddle, but I want to keep everything handy so I can just cook it as I should. Could be a bit tricky, this. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit awkward, but we'll make it work. So I have a nice big electric griddle I can use. Like I said, it should be outside. Cook it in the nice sunshine, that would be great. But like I say, we do what we do. Yep, straight out of the kitchen. I was a big fan of the film all them years ago, so I had a t-shirt made. But I will. Right, okay, let's have a look. I've got it on my phone here. So, the real recipe, let's get ready. So, you want 1 pound of thin sliced beef or pork, chicken if you want to, really, to be honest. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of some sort of Creole seasoning, which is like a chili and a mix of different chilies and peppers. Half a teaspoon of garlic, half a teaspoon of onion, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 small sweet onion, diced. I like to slice them. 1 red bell pepper sliced, 1 green pepper sliced, and 1 yellow pepper sliced. As I say, I've only got the 1 pepper, so I'm making do with that one. Then you want 2 or 3 cloves of garlic sliced up. Now, really you should use provolone cheese, but like I say, I'm using what I have. And then you want some sort of bread roll, a hoagie rolls, anything like that, a sub. Mayonnaise is a must for the bun, and I'm also using chili sauce. So that is pretty much everything you need to use there. Wow, I am so dry today. Grab a bottle of water. So I'm just going to heat up my griddle. We don't need to go crazy here. But I do have an optional as well. I've got a nice big pickle, which I'm going to add on there. So, hello from Poland, Dimon. So I'm going to use a pickle. I will slice that up when I need it. So to begin, I'm just going to kind of, well, I've got no oil or anything on here. I just want to warm through my bun a little bit. And we will kind of just get the heat going. In fact, I'll do it on this end, out the way. Is that my keys going mad? Yep, my keys are going mad. So I've got an appointment a little bit later, so oops. So I'm going to go straight in with my onion onto my griddle. Now everything's dry at the moment, and I will add it as I go. Just put a bit of oil over them. Now I want to throw my garlic straight on top, like down to the side there. So we want to get them flavours building up a little bit. Just move them around. So I'm doing this as a slow cook. I don't, like I say, I don't want to go crazy. You can just use a large frying pan. You could do the same thing with a large frying pan and your gas stove. If I have this one, it's a little bit easier. Sometimes use 2 pans. And normally I use my Blackstone grill, but my Blackstone grill is 36 inches by 26, I think. I just want to get this onion breaking down. I don't want no raw onion on there. Hey Emma, hola. Already that garlic and onion smell in the house. That's awesome. I don't think there is a better smell. When you're cooking things like garlic, onions, chilies, just the smell that comes out of that is awesome. Hey Buna, Steluta. You know, I'd love it if I could speak every single language. If you could speak and understand every language, that would be amazing. So I'm going to move this to one side a little bit. Now I have, let's say, as I say, I have pork, but if you have I must admit it's better with beef. Let's get a little bit of oil down here. Now I've really fine shredded this pork. After another video, I just got myself one of them, a meat slicer. I think that should be ample. So I'm actually going to go with all of my olive oil now. Paprika over the meat. Onion powder. Glad you liking it there, Mohammed. And garlic powder. Smells great. And we're just going to keep turning this around. I want to kind of break this up so it's all in smaller pieces. Hey Griselda Life and Adventure, thanks for joining us. I'm just making a quick Philly cheesesteak. I was just saying there I was giving my new meat slicer a go. Have I missed anybody? Not yet. Hey John. Yeah. I already had the gloves on earlier when I was cooking everything. But I'm cooking food for myself, so you don't need gloves. I say this every single time. Right, let's get the onions mixed in with my meat now. And I'm going to go on with my peppers. Let's get them on there. And some extra seasonings. We'll have a little bit of salt. and some black pepper. Turn that down a little bit. Right, now for the kicker is the Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. This is what gives us our little spicy kick. You want a good tablespoon of that. As I was oh, the chili's coming through on that one. Woo! As I was saying before, I don't know anybody that wears gloves when they're cooking for themselves, or even for that matter when they're cooking for their family. And I'm not letting that escape. Oh, that one. Just share this out a little bit here. I'm going to open up my buns. Let's get a bit of toastiness on the inside there. Oh, I'm dropping bits everywhere. But it's my table, I know it's clean. And I know it's clean because I just washed it before I started to cook. So we pull this together, kind of share it evenly, try your best. And make them into rectangles. They want to be somewhere near the same size as your bun, but I've got way more than what I need here. And I'm just going to go over the top with some green onion. And then we're going with our cheese. Chef for 25 years. And do you wear gloves at home? And I say this is only not exactly the proper ingredients for a Philly cheesesteak, but you use what you've got sometimes so you're not wasting it. Keep all of these together. What sort of food do you like to cook there, John? Yeah, it's, I see it as being kind of a bit of a waste, to be honest, when you're at home, you're cooking for yourself. A lot of the time when people live by themselves, I just melt that cheese a bit, and you're living by yourself, it's kind of like, what's the point? But I say, each to their own. I mean, to be honest, hey Carl, to be honest, if I am cooking food for other people, I wear a face mask and I wear gloves. But I say this is, I'm just going to turn this, actually I'm going to turn it off now. Hey Justin, I'm making my version of a Philly cheesesteak. So, not perfect, but fun to do. And very tasty. It's actually a pork loin Philly cheesesteak, this one. And I use shaved pork loin. The fun bit's going to be picking it up to put on the bun, but basically I'm just going to throw that on. Some of my mayonnaise. You don't need to go crazy. But the one thing I do like is chili sauce, which is not a normal. A little bit on there. Now let's see if I can manage to get this onto my plate, tin, whatever you want to call this. No, it's going to be a mess. But what do you expect? It's good stuff. Put the rest down the side. So before we go on there, a bit more of my chili. Nice crispy bun. There's one done. You want a close-up? I'll tell you what, I'll give you a close-up with this one. And as I mentioned before, I'm not a chef. I'm actually a carpenter. I learned to cook just because I like food. I love food. I love to share food and cooking ideas. So there's a close-up. I think there should be a close-up there. So all melty cheese, green onion, peppers, very thinly shaved pork loin in there. The herbs and spices, a little bit of extra chili over the top. And I go in with a nice crispy bun on the top of there as well. Absolutely fantastic, guys. In fact, I'll leave that one open so you can see the inside. Let me know what you think of that one, guys. I think it's beautiful anyway. Each to their own. Now here's for the hard bit. I have to clean off my griddle now. With it being a non-stick griddle, you can't use metal tools on here, so kind of spoils it for it. Thank you, John. What sort of food do you like to cook there, John? So, I tell you what, I should have a little taste at least. Yeah. How do you even pick this up? I'll just grab a fork for now. We'll take a little bit of this off the side. Oh yeah. Oh, that is so good. And then you can slice the pickle into 4. Instead of chips, keep it healthy. Have a couple of pickle on the side. That's my idea for the day. Southern soul food, yep. I think all food is soul food, to be honest. Let's put this back out the way. So, I mean, the other day I was making empanada, and as I discovered, empanada are from all over the world. So they originated in Spain. They've went to South America with the Spanish people, the conquistadors, when they went. Then they went to the Philippines and all around that area. Catch you later, John. See you another time, my friend. Oh, before you go, John, I wanted to make you into a moderator. I've made you a moderator there, John, so if you, before you go, just jump back in so you can actually get it. Ooh, Taco Bear Report. Not sure what that is. I'll have to look it up. Taco Bell report. Not a Taco Bell report. Oh. Let's have a look, see what it says. What's a pork taco? I guess, yeah. Yep, that works the same. We're all friends there. Mohammed, just go onto my page, subscribe, let me know. I'm everybody's friend here. I think I already subscribed to your channel there, Mohammed. So, Bahut, was it Achu Formula? I'll have to have a check that one out. We're now friends, Mohammed. Hey, Sohas. This is a nice, lovely lunch. I mean, look at that. Lots of cheese and meat, peppers, onions. What more do you need? Absolutely fantastic. So I just like to keep cooking, keep on going. Justin Evans, if you're still there, I made you a moderator too. So at least that way, once you're a moderator, you can have a look on other people's channels and contact. So, but this, like I say, this is my lunch. A nice pickle. And a nice sandwich, Philly cheesesteak. Oh yeah. All this gooiness coming out of here. You're welcome, John. Say if you leave me a message there on any other that I can jump in. In fact, I'll go to your channel now. So you're a chef, John. You need to get cooking, buddy. Get some videos on. We need the guys who cook properly. They're the guys that teach people like me, and then I pass it on. I teach other people. There's a wonderful guy in the UK. He's a retired baker, and he's called John Kirkwood, and what an awesome guy he is. He's from my area in the northeast of England, and he makes wonderful bread and pies, cakes, all that type of stuff. So, top job. Thank you, Justin. Well, I tried to be nice. Why bother hating people? It only brings back on yourself. If you're angry, I mean, don't get me wrong, I ain't no saint, but if you're angry and you're wishing people harm, then it's just going to come back on you. I believe in karma. So, yep, if you just rewatch this one, just get the idea. Like I say, it's super quick, it's super fast to do. As long as if you cook your meat, what you can do as well, you can cook the meat first. Cook the meat first, and then just put it on there to warm up. Unless, like I say, like me, you have the, well, what I have is one of these. If I can pick it up. Oh, that's heavy. So, I got one of these. A proper meat slicer. At the Cuisine Art meat slicer there. Move it a bit closer. So I got one of them, and I was just testing out cutting the meat very, very thinly. So that worked really well. But that's probably got to be one of the quickest lives I've ever done. And I've got a bit of cleaning up to do. In fact, I better cover over my meat again for it's back. Put that back in the fridge. So I thought that was going to be about an hour. Oh yeah, excellent for doing subs. Great for if you want to do cold cuts, anything like that. I want to do a video making my own ham, make my own sandwich meats. Well, basically you just get a loaf tin, you grind all your meat up, bang it all in, different meats together with your herbs and spices, cook that in the oven, and then slice it all up. And it was one of the guys. I'll catch you next time, Mohammed. Thanks for joining me. One of the guys, I was watching a review for the little meat slicer, and he said instead of going buying a packet of like ham or chicken or whatever, you go and buy the blocks of chicken or ham, and then you just slice that yourself. And where you could be paying what, $15 for a big pack of ham, the same amount of ham would only be about $2. So it makes sense. Will do, I'll have a fantastic day. I'm feeling really good. And the good news is that I got my date for getting my surgery. So I'll be able to do live videos for a longer period of time because I'll be able to stand here without thinking, oh, my knees are hurting. But, however, I do have a chair. And I can sit down and talk to you guys. If anybody's got any questions and things like that, anybody want to know anything? Well, we have to now. We really have to now, Justin. We have to save and save. It's ridiculous the amount. Food is so expensive now. Food really is so expensive. But I can't fault people wanting to save. If you're, we all go out to work, you get your money, you come back, you go to the grocery store and you walk out with 2 bags and you've spent $100. And I'm like, well, this is something not right here. It really isn't right. Whereas previously, my favourite meal? Let's have a look. I think I like Asian food more so. I like a nice stir fries. But it's one of them things I can't put one title, because I really like a nice Sunday lunch with like a roast chicken or roast beef or something, and all of the different vegetables, loads of gravy, some Yorkshire pudding on there. That's like the English side of me. And then from the Canadian point of view, I'm in Alberta, and that's Steak Town. So this is oil territory. All the oil companies are here, and there's lots of steak, lots of cattle. So I like a nice Angus steak, good quality. Although I don't eat a lot of red meat. And then failing that, like after that one, then I'm going Filipino, Chinese, Japanese. I really like a Vietnamese pho, or as I found out later on, everybody calls it a pho, but it's pho. I found out later. It should have the accent above, so the O's an E, more of an E. So it's a pho soup. So, which is very similar in some respects to how I've just made that pork there. So you do the same thing, very, very thin slices of pork. When you pour your stock over, that's it cooked. That's it. If you watch Uncle Roger, you'll see Uncle Roger, he does some good criticism of other people's foods. I'm hoping that Uncle Roger doesn't come onto mine one day and tell me how bad I'm doing. I mean, I do like to do my own fried rice. I do my own fare. I do my Japanese omelettes, Japanese pancakes, where they're really big, thick pancakes like this. So that's really, really good. What sort do you like, Justin? A steak dinner? Pizza's good if you get a good pizza. I mean, obviously, we could all go to the supermarket and buy a pizza, or we can go to the local takeaway, which are good. Boston pizza's probably my favourite around here. But I went to... okay. I've never been to Western Massachusetts, my friend. Pizza's good. I'd love to travel all around the world. I've been to Florida and I've been to Vegas. That's the only place I've been in. Oh no, I went to Fort Worth, Texas too. But that was just a quick visit. Pizza's one of the best. Now I do a lot of Filipino food. Oh, yesterday I made hot cross bun. I'll show you that. So yesterday I made another batch of these, which are a hot cross bun, which is just like a bread bun, but they're sweet, and that should belong to the other one. But they were really fun to make. That's the video I've just posted. Hey Griselda. Anybody who doesn't know Griselda, she supports everybody 100%. And she helped me get monetized. She gave me lots of good help and advice, introduced me to other people, and she was just pushing me along the way, and it got me monetized. So please support each other, support Griselda there. I say she's a beautiful lady. But that's a beautiful lunch. Is it healthy? Well, it's got vegetables, so it must be. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Nice one, thank you, Justin. I say she does her own thing, in her own way. A lot of it's about safety. A lot of it's about safety when you're out there driving on the roads, and without being funny, there's too many people out there that maybe don't pay as much attention as they should. And to be honest, I'm probably one of them. Sometimes you're in that little daydream while you're driving around. Just need to take a bit more care, pay a bit more attention. That's better actually after. But I should really eat my supper and not talk so much. But the cheese has welded it all together now. That is so good. Should I risk trying to take a bite? Oh yeah, baby. I'm sorry guys, I'm making a mess here, but I wish I could share this with you. I've never been on a cruise. Hey Wanderer, how you doing, my friend? I say it's one of them things. I always fancied doing like a Disney cruise when I had young kids. Well, only the one. But when my son was young, I thought about doing a Disney cruise. But I don't know, it was expensive and I didn't have the money at the time, so that one got forgotten about. But maybe a cruise around the Caribbean or the Mediterranean, that would be nice. I'm getting older now. So maybe maybe I'll do one of these like senior citizen ones in a couple of years. So that wouldn't be so bad. You went to the Bahamas, nice. I've never been to the Bahamas. So I've been all around Europe, down to the Philippines, like I said, Las Vegas, Texas and Florida. I mean, I live in Canada now and I've never really seen much of Canada. I've done Nova Scotia, Toronto, and then pretty much everything in Alberta, up and down Alberta. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Justin. You have got to enjoy your life. If you don't, but I mean, what does it say about like having a business and stuff like that? You've got a choice in life. You can either build your own dream or you can build somebody else's. I got told that one a while back. I say, and that struck me. So even though I've always worked for somebody, a lot of the time I used to have my own business back in the UK and I did for a little while here. But it gets a bit difficult to do both. So you do what you do. I mean, I didn't realise that doing this as YouTube, it was going to end, it ends up being a business. And you go to work and then on days off you're doing this. So you really don't get no rest time. But it is a good thing to do. But if you can find your passion, cooking is mine and woodwork is mine. I'm a carpenter. I used to make furniture and things like that. I have a quick question for you, Justin. Now, so I call my channel Mike's Home Kitchen. Now, I used to call it Sawdust and Spices because of the carpentry. And I used to do carpentry things. But I'm trying to think of a catchy name that people remember. So I was thinking of renaming my channel now to The Hammered Chef. So hammered as in carpentry, or people might think I'm drunk, whichever, but call myself The Hammered Chef instead. So I don't know which way to go there, whether it'll work or not. But if anybody who's listening has got an idea for a good name, let me know. Hey, Bike Trail Boss. Like the Hammered Chef seems okay. It's something different. I mean, it depends what sort of things you want to do, Justin. What do you want to do? You're 21. Life's just opening up. You've got a lot of decisions ahead of you. You're the same age as my son. Good to hear that, Bike Trail Boss. Hope you're doing well. You missed the video. I made a nice, I done a pork loin Philly cheesesteak. So, my little play on it. Something different. Yeah, I know. I drink about 80 of these a day. But like I say, you need to follow dreams. And I had two choices when I was younger. My mum wanted me to be a chef, but I always messed around with my grandfather in his workshop making things. So I became a carpenter. But I never left doing the food, so I've always cooked. So it's a good idea just to keep on, follow your passions, have a couple of things, whatever works. Now, I'm toying with the idea, once I've had my knees repaired, that I might actually start like a catering business or something like that. But it's something to think about. But I don't know yet. Maybe. It's a bit scary now because there's so many people that have businesses and they don't last 5 minutes. And they try, but the business doesn't work for them. And it's kind of sad. Yeah, making people laugh. Do you want to be an entertainer? I mean, that's what my son does. He's at university now doing stage management, and he's doing like stage set designs and things like that. He wants to work in Hollywood. He wants to work either for like Disney or work for doing all of the Star Wars stuff or Marvel, the Marvel universe. Yeah, it's a big decision to make and what you want to do. I mean, if you have a passion to make people laugh, but do people find you funny? Here, Ian, how you doing? That's good to hear. I just made some nice sandwiches and Philly cheesesteak. But I'm just having a bit of a chit chat now. But I mean, if you want to start a business, but what sort of things do you want to do? If you like to make people laugh, you like helping people. Oh, I mean, I know when I was younger, we used to have like the joke shops and things like that, where you'd go and buy little practical jokes and masks and costumes and things. But that type of thing went out the window. Yep. Have you? I know this sounds a bit weird, but have you thought about being a nurse? Being a nurse, you can help people, and it's good to see people doing well. I mean, that's why I like cooking a lot as well. I give my food away. There's a lady down the passageway, her grandkids come, so I bake muffins for them. And I give it, they call me the Muffin Man. The kids call me the Muffin Man. There's another lady down at the Thrifty Duchess, and she brings her kids in once in a while. I give muffins and cookies away, or I make Filipino breads, and they call me the Muffin Man too. So it's a lot of school, but see, the one thing I would say while you're young, get your qualifications now. I left mine late. I went through, done the old carpentry thing, worked as a carpenter for many years, and I decided I would like to teach carpentry. And as a result of that, I went back to school when I was like 35 years old. I went back to university and I became like a shop teacher. I used to teach woodwork, like, well, not woodwork, but I used to teach construction carpentry. Um, a barber's not a bad one. It's still, you need an apprenticeship. Ask around, you go to school, go to college, get a qualification from a hair college. Where you located, Justin? I kind of feel like you're in the UK. But I know I worked in Darlington College, and they had the hair salon in there, and obviously it was pretty much all girls doing that type of thing. But there was a couple of guys, and they were the local barbers. They do the shave, do the haircuts, everything. And but if you can find a school near to where you are that teaches the barber shop, the shaving, and all that type of stuff, even if you have to learn to do the more stuff for the ladies, like doing the perms and the colours and all that type of stuff, which is still. So you're in Wisconsin, so you're in the US, so it's a bit school's a bit different there. I guess you have to fund it yourself a lot of the time. So maybe go to the local hair salons or the local barber shop and ask them about an apprenticeship. See if they're willing to teach you how to do this, and then they send you to school and everything as well. And you might start just doing a few days a week, just sweeping up and doing a few little bits. But if you go to school at the same time, then you'll learn to get that skill. And the good thing about being a barber or a hairstylist or anything like that, you can work for somebody, but then in your free time, you can do other things. People can come to your home. You can even set yourself up in one room so you can have your own little barber shop area there. That happens a lot around here in Canada. They'll have a room in the basement with the sink and all that type of stuff, so they can do all of the wash, cut, colour, all that type of thing. So it's definitely a way forward if that's the type of thing that you want to do. I don't see why not. Just look for courses and look for if you look for actual courses and then look for like a placement, I guess you could call it. My tablet's going a bit crazy. What you doing? What's going on, tablet? see if we can get this back on again so I can see who's there. I'll try that again. Right, that's why. Yep, I mean you've got to start at the bottom. I mean the only way you can sidestep that type of thing if you've got family in the business. But you've done construction, the only we need good talented carpenters, plumbers, electricians, bricklayers, concrete guys, drywall guys, all that type of thing. But to be honest, both of my knees are no good now. So if you're going to go into construction, get yourself qualified, get yourself around about 15 years experience, and then move up into supervisor position, and then move into a manager's position. Because you do for so long and you end up, your knees are no good, your back's shot, your neck's no good. I can bet, like, I have trouble, I can turn okay that way, but that way I can't. And that's carrying too much drywall and doing things like that. You hold drywall up on the ceiling with your head while you're trying to get a couple of screws in. And it's okay when you're only a young guy like you, but by the time you get into your 40s and 50s, it gets really, really difficult to do. So you could do that, do construction, but again, you need to find somebody that's willing to give you a placement to work, and then you need to find a school where you can go. I'm not sure how it works in the US, but in Canada, the guys who I've trained, they tend to work with us for a while, and then for 3 months of the year they go to school. So you've got to save up all your money to pay for that school and to pay for yourself while you're off school. So it's difficult. It is difficult to kind of look around all of these different things to do. But the number one thing is to get yourself either a profession or get yourself a degree. So you can always come back to that. I mean, to be honest now, I'm no longer a carpenter. I'm a project manager. So I kind of moved on. I used my degree as a teacher to move into the project management. So I arrange jobs now. I run the job, and I basically quantify everything. You do cost analysis. You have to supervise the people and cost analysis for the people itself. So I don't want to eat now. It's kind of like I'm talking now. I've been on this diet, Joe. I've been doing a diet. I'll put you on as a moderator. Now, I've been on a diet. They want me. I was 222 pounds and I dropped down. I'm now 206 before my surgery. So I'm a happy guy at the moment. But I'll have another bite. Okay. You're guilting me into it now. Yummy. Even though that's cooled down, it's still so tasty. Sorry, Joe. Are you happy now, Joe? Oh yeah. I actually feel full of eating half of that. Goodness. Wow. They're very, very filling. Who's this? Hello. Oh, apparently I just bought an iPhone 13 from Amazon. I don't think so. Let's check my bank account, just make sure. Nope. Nothing got out of my account. Okay, Justin, you have a good day. Take care, my friend. And keep dreaming. Dream up there somewhere. Way, way up to the sky. But just take care. Anyway, I'm going to call this one a day. I'm going to clean up, finish my sandwich. And I'll catch you another day. Thank you all, guys. Big thumb up for everybody. And thank you for joining me. Love you all. Mike out for now. Oh, excuse me.